Welcome to Davita's Stampin' Spot. It's Monday and I have a Christmas card for you. For those of you that maybe this is kind of a rough Christmas. I have two good friends that lost their moms here in the last few months, and I wanted to make a card for them to just let them know I'm thinking about them. So I'm going to share that card with you today. This is a recording because I'm helping out my daughter and my mom today. Didn't one of them needed help, so I decided not to substitute. And now both of them are needing a little help. So I'm afraid I won't be back by 4. So, all right, here's my paper sizes. I have white that's 3.5 by 4.5, a strip that is 1 3/4 by 5 1/4, and I am using a wood. Let's see if you can see that. There you go. You can see that wood texture on it. This is cherry cobbler, 3 5/8 by 4 5/8. White, 4 by 5 1/4. That's our normal size for inside a card. And then this piece is 5.5 by 6 1/4. So it's not our normal size. And after I cut it to this size, I turned it and scored it on this so that put the 6 1/4 at the score. Well, I'll just show you real quick. You're going to put it in so that the 6 1/4 is up here at the top, and I scored it at 2. One of the kits I had ready for my card buffet, and I decided I would turn it into a thinking of you card to let my friends know that I know it's kind of rough that first Christmas without family. All right, so we're going to take the 1 3/4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to put it on this top flap right here. And I made the mistake of not checking my glues before I started, so we'll see. Well, got one done anyway, right? Had a lot of fun last week. I got to make Christmas cards with a lot of different people at my card buffet, which was a lot of fun. I always enjoy spending time with people, and I've got a couple newer people that are learning a lot of Stampin' Up! Tips, tricks, and how to make cards. So it's been a lot of fun because as a teacher, that's my favorite thing to do is to teach them. Can't figure out why this is so dark today. It's actually, I even have the window open, so I have some natural light coming in. All right, we're going to take the 3.5 by 4.5, and I'm going to place a glue dot on the back of it. And I'm going to lay it here on my glass mat. Do you have your glass mat and do you use it? If not, you can get one. They are $60, and starting in January, that $60 item would get you a free celebration item. They did up it this year from $50 to $60, but that's just inflation, isn't it? Unfortunately. All right. So these are the masks that come with Frosted Forest. And I've used the other tree and did a video. Here's that stamp set. Remember how beautiful that tree was? Well, today I'm going to use that one, and I may use that one. We'll see. All right. So they have A, B, and C over here in the corner. And the neat part is this little triangle right here, because that is going to help us make sure that all my dies line up, that the masks line up correctly so that my tree looks right. Got a thinking of you greeting I want to add, so I want to make sure there's space. And my little blue dot is not working very well. All right. We're going to line the tree up. Think about like that. And then I'm just taking one of our regular markers and I'm marking on my glass where that little triangle is. See it right here? So I know that's where I want to line up everything. And then I'm going to grab just a Post-it note. You could use all kinds of stuff to help hold it in place, but I'm just going to use a couple Post-it notes just so it doesn't slip around. All right, I'm using Mossy Meadow and Cherry Cobbler are the colors on my card. Several of the ladies loved this card at the card buffet this last week. All right. Had a lot of fun. Mom offered to host, so we had the Saturday class at her house. Everybody loves it when they don't have to climb 13 stairs to get to my kitchen. Notice I'm putting a pile of the ink over here on the side and then slowly adding it over on the tree. You don't want to start on the tree whenever you're using masks, because if you do, you're going to get a dark spot right where you start, and you don't want that. All right, so that's A. We're going to move it over to the side, grab B. I'm going to use my little triangle spot to line it up. And I will tell you, sometimes it seems a little funky that it's not where you think it should be. So make sure you use that arrow to line it up. One of the things we've discovered too, while using the masks, is that I would encourage you to, I didn't follow my advice, did I? I'm going to have a dark blob up there at the top. That it's a good idea to wash your masks in between layers, or just be very careful that you don't get ink on the back side. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. Because if you get some ink back on this back side, if you make another one, you're going to get that extra ink on your paper, and you do not want that to happen. So sad when you go to a lot of work and then discover that a piece got messed up because of a little extra ink. All right, lining the last one up. Kind of disappointed with myself. I didn't use these a whole lot this season. It is still available. It's in the online store. A bunch of ink on the top of my blending brush here. Must have happened when I was transporting everything back from Mom's house to my house. All right, so then we're going to add this third layer. Kitten Cup is tomorrow from 2 o'clock to 7:30. I know I've got a few people coming. You can come after work. You can come and then go home. It's a come. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Look at that tree. I just think the color and the way it's so hard for you to see. It's just beautiful. Now, when I made my sample, I made my card like that. And then I realized there is a stamp that's going to add even more detail. So I'm going to take the stamp that goes with the set, ink it up, and it's going to add just some more depth to the tree. And what I love about this tree is it's not just Christmas, because you could do evergreens. Look at that. Oh, if you can see, there you go. I apologize for the light today. I don't know what the deal is, but isn't that tree gorgeous? Oh, love that. All right, then I'm going to do a thinking of you. Kitten Cup is from 2 to 7:30 at 10 and 2 Coffee in Bonner Springs. I'll have my kit collection, my box of kits there, so that if you need a kit to work on, you'll have one you can purchase. I'm able to take Venmo, PayPal, check, cash, credit card. I prefer not the credit card because I have to pay the credit card fee, but I can do that too. My thinking of you is a little blobby, makes me sad, but still gonna work. It's an old cherry cobbler pad, you can tell. All right, and then a lot of people love the cardinal for thinking of loved ones that have passed away. So I stamped out a cardinal, and it came from the Sophisticated Sled, which is another online exclusive. And the reason they say online exclusive is because it isn't in a catalog. So you can see them online. There's a lot of products on there that are awesome. So don't miss out on those when you're putting an order in. I am watching those orders, and remember, everybody that orders a minimum amount here in December is going to be in a drawing for a bundle. I'm giving away goodies. also going to give away a package of the adorable peppermints that have been a hard item to get a hold of this year. So get those orders in. I'll be taking the orders through Christmas. Don't need both of those, just one I think will do it. I'm gonna put my little bird right there. I will probably color my bird in, but all my colored pencils are still in the escape. And I realized that after I started. So I'm not going to run down and get that while you guys have to wait for me to run down there. So just know that I'm probably going to do that. So this is the layer that's going to go over, or this mat is going to go behind the trees that I just stamped. See, and look at that. I got green there somehow. We were laughing on Saturday. I wasn't stamping. I was just helping others, and my fingers were filthy. So I said I didn't even make anything, and my fingers were all dirty. All right. Line that up. When you do 1/8 of an inches, you have to be a little more precise with lining everything up. And then I thought it would be fun. Well, I was going to try to stamp the little tree on the inside here, but I'm afraid it would be seen from the front, so I don't think I better. All right, so now remember when you have something like this where you're not gluing the whole piece down, you want to put a little bit of adhesive here on the bottom, and then find your top, put a little bit on the top. And then glue it down. And that way you don't get glue inside here that makes your card stick down, because you want it to be able to flip open like that. And I'm going to leave the inside unstamped on this one because I'm going to write a note, and I want to keep the edges white, and you'll see why here in just a minute. You know me, I usually stamp something down in the bottom corner, but I want this to be white today, which is very unusual for me. Isn't that pretty? Hopefully this will encourage my friends, that they know that I'm thinking about them, and that I know this Christmas is going to be hard. So I hope you like this card design. Again, this is the Frosted Forest and the Sophisticated Sled. Both are online exclusive products that are still available. So if you'd like to order them, remember that all $30 orders placed this month will be in a drawing for a bundle. Depending on how many I get, I might even give away a second one. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'm able to put orders in for you. If you're wanting it for Christmas, you're probably going to have to pay for 2-day shipping or priority, just because we're getting pretty close to Christmas. Hope you enjoyed this project. I'd love to see you at Kit and Cup tomorrow. Have a great week.